Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you are doing well. Today is Wednesday and I decided to do some today. I tried this my own makeup. There's no app, there's no computer that made me a makeup. I did it myself, so please make it anyway. I'm not too much makeup person, but today I was like, let me play a little bit around and see what I am capable of. And I think I did. And let me say welcome to new subscribers. Welcome again to the old subscribers who have given time to play my video today and listen to what I gotta say. And I thank you so much for devoting your time for me, for playing, for listening, for tolerating me. It's not easy to accept someone else's opinion at times, even if you do not agree with that person's perception or whatever. So I should say thank you for everything. Thank you for your support, and please, my queens, my ladies, my beautiful bees, queen bee, I beg you, just share to another woman like you. And I should really say a woman who is in trouble, and you think with my video, with my point of view about certain things that are going on in toxic marriage, abusive marriages, abusive relationship and all that, yeah, share it and give it to her, let her watch it. And my dear sister, if your sister have shared this video to you, I'm telling you, it's because she knows what that video can do to you. It might change your mindset, it might change your way of seeing things, it might change your way of accepting me, it might change your way of accepting being humiliated, because you don't deserve that. You need to be happy, you need to live your life. Think about yourself. It's time to think about yourself. It's time to make sure you're happy, and nobody, I always say it, nobody will come and stop that happiness from you. But first of all, it must start from you. I say and I say it again, first of all, it must start from you. So my ladies, today, I know last week we're talking about the last event that happened. The last event that happened. Yes. No, honestly, how will you feel about your family-in-law not informing you in anything that is happening as events in the family? Then you are like, it's someone else from outside who comes to tell you that, oh, you didn't know that she traveled? When I saw that person was traveling yesterday and we spent the whole day together, and that person is now telling me that she forgot to tell me, when you know my husband is in the US with you people and you knew you were going to visit him. Isn't it wickedness? Like, who does that anyway? It's only bitches. I mean, bitches who always do that anyway. So today's title is The Final Decision. I'm tired. Yes, I'm a human being. Sometimes those people who abuse on women, and they think you have no say, or you don't have a brain to decide that you are tired, that you want to move on, that you want to walk away. Surprise them. That's all. And by talking about surprising, let me tell you something. Yes, let me go first. The title of today is The Final Decision. Okay, then we are going to talk quite a lot today. Forgive me, please. I know your data, you are watching your data, but please forgive me. Bear with me today, let's talk. So, by talking about, you see, when you are in a conflicting relationship, or toxic relationship or marriage, honestly, I said, it's better you keep quiet. You keep quiet. At least I did that in my toxic marriage. I kept quiet for a very long time. You see, the best you keep quiet, the better you keep quiet, the better it is for the next action you are going to take. I meant let's say someone who is in a toxic relationship with their husband and they have kids, let me add kids to it, and you know it's so unbearable, that relationship just so unbearable, so unbearable, okay? And she, like, that person just doesn't know what to do. First of all, let me tell you, it's better you do not disclose so much of what is going on in your marriage to a third party, because sometimes third party, they look at what they're going to gain before giving you an advice. Yes, whether it's going to, you know, it's not everybody is happy for you to be married, point blank. So do not disclose so much about your situation to a third party. Do not also disclose about your plan B of your plan of escape to your husband, your sister-in-law, your brother-in-law, your friends in quote. These ones are witches. And also the children, because you know, innocently your child can say, daddy, mommy said we are leaving. This one, he will beat you to death. Because you see, a man, this kind of men who are abusive, they do not want to see you with another man, because they believe when you are with another man, like they've lost, and they think about me, that man might take good care of you, so they don't want that. I don't know if this kind of men, they are agents of your family-in-law, I mean agent of the devil from your village people, you see. So since your village people cannot attack you, they transfer this witchcraft onto your husband for him to be making you miserable in your marriage. Because I don't understand, because at the end of the day, what do they gain in maltreating someone else's child? What exactly is your benefit in beating somebody's daughter? Some, they even beat them while they are pregnant. Why? I mean, I just sit there, I'm like, hello, have you forgotten that it is a woman who gave birth to you? Have you forgotten that you have sisters who are also married or about to marry? Have you forgotten that you have a child who is a female? You know, what goes around comes around. Do not forget that. So I was saying, when you are in a troubling marriage with somebody who wants to overpower you and everything, the best is to keep quiet, my sister. Keep quiet. Be saving money slowly. Try to rent an apartment that nobody knows. Then one day, when he's not around, pack the necessary things and leave. As soon as you leave, go to the nearest police station around your area, or better, file a divorce. I'm not a homemaker, but I'm trying to save you because I have been there before. You file for divorce. On that note, he has no hand on you again, because the law is aware that you have filed for divorce, so he has no control over you. If anything happens, your lawyer will come in and say, my friend, you gotta go. You're not supposed to be here, man. That's it. So, as I was saying, you file for divorce as soon as you move out of the house. And do not let anybody know about where you are staying. You see, the mistake that a lot of us have made to be getting beatings and all sorts of insults and all that was because when that man was talking, we were talking back. You see, when they are talking, you're a stupid woman, you're like this, boom, slapping you, shooting you here, throwing you here and all that. It's better you keep quiet. But when you think by talking is going to solve the situation, it's not going to solve the situation. So the next and best thing for you to do is to keep quiet. You see, by talking too much makes them feel like you are trying to make a point. You are trying to defend why or the reason why, whatever. They know that you are right. Hello, they know. But they feel so strong and so happy to be beating you because they want to belittle you. They want to make you look like zero. That's the whole point. Now, let's talk. I will put a video there so you people will understand what I'm talking about.
Always say less than necessary. Law number 4. And it's the fact that by talking too much in a meeting or in any kind of situation, you make people inadvertently smell weakness on you. And what I'm trying to say in my book is a lot of, and I say it in my last book, a lot of communication between humans is nonverbal.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
We feel, we sense something from you, and it communicates, and we have an impression. And people who talk a lot generally give an impression of they don't know how to control themselves. They can't control, their
diarrhea of the mouth, so to speak.
Yeah, and it doesn't. Whereas people who kind of say a little bit less, who kind of speak in riddles almost, who say, yeah, that's great, I'll think about it, or whatever, gives off an impression of power, as if they know more than they actually do. Mm-hmm. Because the game of power, a lot of it has to do with appearances.
Clearly. Okay. I'm going to bring a second situation to you. Can you trust someone, a third party, when you are in a toxic relationship? In a sense where, can you open up to a third party about your situation? The reason why I said it's not to everybody you should open up to.
Many of the people you call your friends are not your friends. You need to define properly. They're acquaintances, they're gym buddies, they're party buddies, they go to the spa with you. They're not your friends. Your friend has your back at all times. Your friend knows you are your lowest and your best and is still with you. You need to be careful who you tell your secrets to, because women use secrets against other women when they quarrel. And you will invariably quarrel. The day is going to come. So they say you be careful about who you talk to because of tomorrow's quarrel. That's it with women. But you do need women to support women, because a woman understands what it is like to be pregnant, to be in pain. They understand what it means to be a woman.
When you are in a toxic relationship, especially a female friend.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I have.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I have, sir. I have.
Where is she?
We came together.
Where is she?
Joy.
Wait. I'm hearing this Joy Daniel. Joy Daniel. Is your girlfriend?
Yes.
Your fiancé?
Prophetic general.
You love this man.
Yes, sir.
You love him.
Yes.
You love him.
Yes, sir.
You people went to a church in Edo State.
Yes.
You took him there.
Yes.
You people went to a church in Abuja.
Yes, sir.
You took him there.
It's true.
And there's a church you people went to in Lagos.
Yes.
You took him there.
Yes, sir.
Everywhere.
Do you know she loves you?
She loves me. And I love her too.
If I tell you she's the one holding your passport, what will you do? Wait.
Please. No. We are together. He took me to different places. No.
She took you to different places.
Different churches.
Joy. Why? Wait. Don't fight.
This is deep.
Joy, but why? Joy, but you are taking him to churches. Huh?
Even herbalist, she took me there. She took me there. She took.
But why? It was Satan that used her. When you get home, you will see the passport there. Huh?
It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Can I go now?
You want to go now?
It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
Somebody say Holy Ghost.
Holy Ghost.
You want to go now?
It's Tuesday.
Huh?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. You want to go? Listen, don't leave her alone. I'm going to pray for her. Something entered into her, and we're going to cast that thing away. She loved you. She has also helped you in different way in the past. Huh? But not to the extent of hiding. You know how much. But I see blood. You enter into covenant together. He told you that he will never forget you.
Yes, sir.
So forgive her. Forgive her. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Forgive her.
Yes, sir.
Because your powers in your father's house is also fighting you. Not just only her. Powers fighting you also contributed to this. You saw an old man that appeared to you in the dream the day they gave you visa in the embassy. You slept the day you collected the passport. A man appeared to you and told you, he said, I am the God of your father's house, that you will never travel.
Exactly. Uncle Michael. Uncle Michael.
You remember?
Uncle Michael. Yes.
So it's not just about her. So you need to be delivered. So even if you will travel tomorrow, I don't know. But I'm going to ask for God's divine intervention. I don't know how it will happen. She needs deliverance. You need deliverance. But for this to happen, you have to forgive her. You forgive her?
Especially a female friend. Especially a female friend. Be careful. Because let me tell you one thing. Let me say you have married a rich man, but that man is beating the hell out of you. Then you open up to your girlfriend. Deep in her heart, do you know what she'll be saying? Let's say maybe, oh, she can maybe even be married. Now everything is possible. You know, deep in her heart, she's like, she's complaining. Meanwhile, that man has money. He's like this. He's like that. Oh, how can she talk like that? Oh, she will forget that you are getting beaten. So, and you are coming to confide in her. No, her issue is the man has money. So why are you complaining? Manage and enjoy the money. No, your life is also very important to you. How? So in that situation, you are like, oh, I'm opening up to my friend. I'm telling her my situations. Blah blah blah. You think you are opening up to somebody who is sensitive to what you are going through, but in her mind she's not. She's rather envying you because you have a rich husband. She's not thinking about your health. So she'll pass behind you, seduce your husband, and maybe thank God in a certain way she'll relieve you from your beatings, or you keep on getting beatings, because that's what I was going to say. So you're all the same, because at that moment that friend for her to pass behind your back to go and seduce your husband. She's degrading all of you at once. So you come and say, that's the kind of friends you are making, right? She came to seduce me. Let's also talk about those friends who are close to you. I had one before. Whether in sadness, in happiness, in rainy season, in mango season, in dry season. Be careful with this kind of people. I didn't know till I got to know that lady, one, she was a colleague of mine. I took her as a sister. I was confiding in her in all my moves in the relationship with my husband. If you remember, I said I went through depression 2 months in the hospital. That lady was visiting me almost every day in the hospital. She was bringing me even food. Sometimes when my mother-in-law doesn't bring me food, she's the one who brings me food. Can you imagine I'm eating food from my enemy without knowing? Then I was thinking that this is my sister. Of course, I don't have a sister. I'm the only child to my parents. So, you know, you have that. Most of us only child, we have that tendency of taking everybody like brother and sisters. You know, I was confiding in her in everything. Sometimes I'll be moody. He didn't call me. Can you imagine? Then she'll be, oh, don't worry. She'll be hugging me. Hey, Judah hug. Mumu, I'm sure in her head she was a stupid girl. My life was in her hand like this. She was mashing potato with it. I was like, that lady. See, the enemy doesn't come from afar. The enemy is very close to you. I keep on telling you people, your enemy is not far away. Your enemy is with you, walking with you, eating with you, drinking with you. Those kind of people who always want to know everything about you. All movements, all these things, they are the ones who are choking your marriage for you. Who are maybe even spoiling your business for you. They are not from afar. When I recovered, that lady drove me from the hospital to my mother-in-law house, because by then I was living there. But when I recovered, honestly, I had enough, and my parents consulted her for her to let me leave their house. So I left their house and went back to my apartment. That my friend, my so-called sister, that I have confided in everything to her. I didn't know. I was stupid, or I was mumu, I was blind, or I was idiot. I don't even know which name I should give myself. She drove me from the hospital to their house. Always calling me, how are you? Are you okay? Take heart. Oh my God, I feel for you. Don't worry. We'll go to church together. I'll take you to my pastor. He'll pray for you. This somebody was saying that too. We must save this marriage. Not knowing deep in her heart is, oh, that man should break. Do you know why? You see my ladies, this my hand, they are not the same size. Never compare your life to someone else's life. They are not the same size. Meaning my destiny might not be the same as your destiny. I might be maybe married to somebody. Let me say, you can have somebody who is married to a rich guy. Everything is lovely. She has a perfect husband. But let me tell you, they don't have a child. Not even half of a child. Sorry. You might get somebody who does not have an inch of money, but she has like 5 children, and the husband is an asshole, and she's like hustling to make it happen for the children. You might also get somebody who has it all. She's beautiful, she's smart, she's single, she's a professional banker. I'm not talking about me. but she's single. And maybe the destiny is like she's gonna marry maybe when she's 40. Then you meet someone who is 25, married, children, simple house, financially okay, like everything is plum, like a legume. Basically, like that person, her life is not so perfect, but she's okay. And the other person who is single has it all. She has the money, she has the cars, she has the business trip, she has she has everything ongoing, but she's not married. And her destiny is she'll marry maybe at 40. When the other person, her destiny was she'll marry at 25. So imagine 40 getting married, 25 getting married, 25 getting married, having children and everything, but they don't have the money. And then 40, she has before get to 40, she has it all already. Okay, so all the fingers of our hands are not the same. Never compare your destiny to someone else's destiny. Never. And never envy someone else whatever they have, because you do not have no idea of how they got it, honestly. So that lady, that was after 3 months I met. It was so shocking to me, and this is somebody who was telling me that instead of you to stay alone in your corner, why don't you join me and stay with me in my apartment? That was what that lady told me, my so-called sister. And I told her no, she should just relax. I was going through it, so I just wanted to be on my own. So 3 months later, I went to a conference meeting somewhere, and my name was called at the conference. Then after the conference, I was leaving and somebody came tap on my back. I turned and I'm like, hi, yeah. So he's like, you Ariel? Oh, okay, but be careful with the kind of friend you make. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, because there's this particular lady and she talked to me about your marriage. And I was like, what? Why? For what? For what reason? Why would you share my emotional situations to someone I do not have anything to do with? And the person was like, she told him that I am not me divorcing. This is another twist of the story. Not me deciding to divorce my husband, but my husband divorcing me because I am unable to get pregnant. She should clap for herself. She has done well. So she went to tell so I was like, how many other people would she have said that me, Vion, I got my husband is divorcing me because I am unable, I'm a barren woman. I'm a barren woman. So that's the reason why my husband is divorcing me. So what is the person's business in all that? And you see, you people who are doing that kind of thing, going somewhere, gossiping about somebody, on top of that, you are saying the person's name. Don't you think you are spoiling somebody's life in a certain way? I don't know how many people she went to tell that to. So imagine me going to a place, a guy meets me, he likes me, and then mistakenly I say my name to him, and he's like, oh, isn't it that lady who is barren? Damn, let me run away. This is the most wicked, outrageous witchcraft I have seen. I was like, 3 weeks ago, this lady came to my house early morning, and she was, consoling me, giving me encouragement to go through that situation, taking action to divorce my husband and everything. No, she has been going around telling people that my husband is divorcing me. I'm even wondering if she did not have an affair with my husband, or maybe she liked my husband in secret. I just don't even know. How can you do that? Going around spoiling somebody's name to say that she's a barren woman, that's why the husband is divorcing her. God forbid. I will born a child in Jesus' name.
Amen. No.
God forbid. I said I will born a child one day. It's just that as a woman, you can't just keep on, you can't just be going around opening your leg anyhow to anybody. No. Having a baby is a big investment. It's more than billions. It's over billions. Having a baby, it takes a lot to have a baby. So sometimes I pity those who just go open leg, give birth, and then at the end of the day are unable to take care of that child. It's sad. It's very sad. Having a baby, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. I nearly gave birth, but God didn't allow me to pursue that journey of pregnancy. That's all. I remember I was crying. I was upset with God for losing that pregnancy. But God removed me from that because, you see, we are human beings, but God can see the future. Sometimes we are upset with God because we have broken up from a relationship or some stupid guy broken our heart and all that, we are annoyed and all that, but because there's a reason behind it. And that reason is because God can see from afar that, hey, this guy is going to mess up this girl, so it's better remove that pregnancy for her right now. Because let me give you one hint. When you are married and you want to divorce, it's easier when you don't have a child with that person. But it's difficult when you have a child with that person. Because at that moment, you start talking about he has to be bringing, like, who will keep the child. Some of you will be fighting because some of you don't want to give pocket money for the child. Like, so many things. Allowance for the child upkeep. So many other things. So it even drags the whole thing to another level. But what you do not have is a bit easier. Within some 6 months or 3 months, the marriage is dissolved. Unless the other party is stubborn to not want to sign the divorce. And that's what happened to me. That one, we'll talk about it next week. Before I decided to take the decision to divorce, I thought a lot. You see, when you want to divorce, it's a serious decision. You have to think about family, friends, neighbors, colleagues, acquaintances. I mean, it's a whole bunch. Do you know why? Because when you got married, all these people were away. So you're like, what are they gonna say? What are they going to think about me? What? But you see, at the end of the day too, when you go to the court for your divorce case, it's you alone. Maybe your parents might back you up, you know, because at that moment it's a very, very emotional situation. You go through a lot. Divorce is a crazy situation. It's a very crazy situation. So at that moment you are thinking about who, what. No, my dear, you want to divorce, just do it. Do it and forget the rest. Do it and forget the rest. What they are going to say, what would they... Because at the end of the day, it is you are not happy in that marriage. So when it is time for you to say bye-bye, you must say bye-bye. Okay? Now, secondly, I'm going to talk about the mistake I made. I don't know if it's a mistake, but please, my dear sisters, I'm arranging my kaftan. Why? Because what I want to say is, I married this guy, and I divorced him without taking even one pesewa from the damage, the emotional damage he caused me. You know, my lawyer was like, it would have been nice if we charge him with some alimony so I could get some change, you know. But he also told me, by charging him for damage, emotional damage and all that, and abuse, the divorce case would have dragged to even 6 years. So my lawyer said, do you want your freedom, or you want to keep on dragging to 5 years, and maybe you might not even get your freedom? Because when you are dragging, that means the divorce is not going to be pronounced. That means you people will be going to court to be fighting front and back just because he does not also want to give you his money. So you must think well. And honestly, I prefer my freedom. I decided to really take on my freedom than dragging for some change. Maybe how much will he give me? I don't even know. But I didn't really care anymore because all I wanted was my freedom. So I told the lawyer, okay, let's forget about the alimony and let's just move on with the divorce process. The sooner the better. It took me 1 year to divorce, honestly. It was front and back because at the beginning he didn't want to divorce me. He even called me one day and said that we should come back together. He's going to buy me a plane ticket to come to US so I can get pregnant for him. This is a trap that some men do to women. Women, be careful. At that moment you say you don't want that guy anymore in your life, do not let him come near you again. Because by the time he comes near you, he might use those tricks he used earlier on to woo you, to win you back, pregnant you, and dump you there again in the pregnancy. So you have to be careful. I know what I'm talking about. You have to be careful. So that day when he said it, I was really aware of myself, and I told him, don't even try. I remembered I was driving. I was in fire. I was upset. I just said, don't even try talking about that. Because when earlier on I wanted to come and visit you, you told me you were fucking a white woman. Isn't it? Isn't it? That you don't have my time. Why am I calling you? Now that I say I want a divorce, you're telling me you want to buy me a flight ticket to come to the US so you can pregnant me and dump me there. Because when they pregnant you can, there's nowhere you can go. In a certain way, there's nowhere you can go. You have to manage it there with that child. And here we are already having problems. And you want to give me belly? Hey, lie, it won't happen. No, with me, oh. My sister, wherever you are to, you hear it. I say after me, no, with me, oh, it won't happen. So yeah, that was one of his tricks. So I just push him aside. So my dear sister, I want to just say quickly that before you marry, calculate very well the man you are getting married to, because for this new year, for this new era, we are not going to play anymore with love, I love you, I drink water, I love you, I drink water, I love you. No, it's cash, money must talk. So when there is fire, you can use that dollar and clean your tears and then book for a flight to New York City and go and have fun. Yes, so like I was saying, before you marry, look at your future husband assets. Number 1. Number 2, when you marry, fresh, because at that time the love is fresh, like from oven, from like, you know, when you take bread out of the oven, it's fresh. At that moment, try your best to let him buy you a land and use him as, like, every month he must deposit some money so you can be building that house on your own, because you don't know tomorrow. Do you know why white people do prenup? It's not for nothing, because we don't know the future. Yes, I don't know the future, and I'm begging you, there's nothing like joint account. Lie. I say like joint account, you don't take care, he will finish your account for you by the time you realize. I was a banker before, and I know what I'm talking about. Several women came to me complaining that their husband was just chopping the money behind their back because they had joint accounts. And fortunately for them, hey, women, we suffer too. And fortunately for those women, their husband does less than them. So those women, most of them were like business women. They have restaurant, they have shop, they have boutique. You know, they are running business. So money is coming in, and fortunately for them, they were putting that money into the joint account. There was one who came to me straight. She said, please, right now, the joint account I have with my husband is this. And secondly, it's been now 2 weeks. He has not come back home yet. Only God knows if he will come back. And also, I want you to transfer all the money that is in that joint into my account. I want you to open me another account that he will not be aware of. I said it. So make sure that man buys you a land before his family members also, God forbid, he should not die in your hand. But when he dies, sometimes family members come and say that leave the house. Meanwhile, that house, when you people were struggling, nobody was there. You have put your money together and you build that house together. Now that that man is dead, his family members will come and say that and leave that house. So please, always think about plan B. I say plan B. So make sure he built you your house in your name. Make sure he buys you the car. When he buys you the car, make sure that car it is in your name. Then every month, even if you are working, you must make sure he put money into your account like pocket money. My sister, because when that divorce comes, it appears like a bomb. Boom. Men are funny as well as women. But the way men are funny, it can give you heart attack. Go. I swear, my sister, you better, I say, you better assess your future husband very well. Then when you, in fact, start chopping his money before you even go and marry. Start chopping. Make sure he starts buying you things. He will build you a shop or buy you a boutique. He will start. Because, you see, men are like children. If you don't make him used to something, and you think it's when you get married that you make him used to that, it's a lie, oh my sister. It has happened to me. I was not chopping my husband money when we were dating. Then when we got married, when I started asking him for money, he said, are you not working? Are you not working? You get my point? So I'm begging you, please, let him start spending money on you. Bath with his money already before you marry. So when you marry and you start asking for those things, it is no news to him. So when you are dating, maybe I need it. I mean, it depends on the kind of boyfriend you have or future husband you have. If he can afford what you want, why not ask him? Make sure, just make sure it is in your name. So when you people divorce later, you are not losing anything. Me, the reason why I'm saying that is because when I divorced, I went empty-handed. There was nothing. He was supposed to pay me alimony for all the ill trade, the kind of, treatment he and his family gave me. Yeah, they were supposed to. But you see, my freedom is more important. So I instead of wasting 5 years for some idiot like, the Lord forgive me, but he's an idiot. I decided to just walk away. Yes. My dear, chop his money. Chop his money while you people are dating. Then when you marry, you chop again because you don't know tomorrow. I said it. Oh, men. Oh, forget the case. Just make sure you chop his money. Now, we are going to talk about wedding and divorce. Wedding and divorce, forget the case. Wedding, you see the whole country at your wedding. You see the whole country laughing with you, chopping your money. They are chewing your meat. See people wearing ashobi, those bridesmaids, But when the divorce comes, let me tell you, it's on the divorce moment, period, that you hear a lot of things. You might even hear that one of your bridesmaids slept with your husband. Like, you hear so many things. The divorce period is the moment where you see who are your true friends. You see what your parents. That's why you come and hear your father or your mother will come and say, I told you this guy was not good for you. I was in love. How do you want me to hear at that time that guy was not good for me? When you're in love, can you hear again? You can't hear. You can't even see. No, seriously. Divorce period, you see things, you hear things. So you have to tighten the belt and be ready. If you want to have 1 gallon of water beside you when you are seeing and hearing the things, be drinking, because master, you might fall down. You might even hear that your husband has made the life insurance on your children and yourself behind your back, and he didn't tell you. He didn't tell you. Why won't you tell me? It's my life. Those children are my children as well. There are so many things going on. So many things. And now you see, with social media, people wanting to have fame by all means and all that. So many things are happening. Those girls who are in the hurry to go and marry rich men and all that, so many nasty things are going on. I'm telling you. I am telling you. Imagine you hear that your husband is divorcing you because of the secretary in his office. No, just imagine. Or your friend, that your friend you've been telling everything to. On this note, my dear friends, I hope you like what I'm wearing. Today, makeup is no computer. Oh, I'm telling you, it is me, myself. I have made that makeup. I've tried. I tried. Anyway, my lovely queens, thank you so much for your time. I love you. And do not forget to share. I say share. And like and subscribe, please. I need more and more of your love and support. You know, these are my fuel to keep on going on and keep on giving you gist. Anyway, thank you, and I gotta run. Yes, I'm going somewhere, and I really hope I'm looking perfect, right? Makeup is on point. So I love you. Have a nice evening and see you on Saturday. Saturday will be juicy. I am telling you, it will be sweet.